Have you and a furry best friend ever been bored? We have a cure for that. Get your subscription box with our affiliate link now.
Hey everybody, it's CJ Graham, Jason Voorhees. That's right, Friday the 13th, part 6. And you're listening to thescenesnobs.com.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Scene Snobs Reviews. Before we get started, I do want to say that our hearts go out to everybody in Florida that is dealing with so much with Hurricane Ian right now. So we pray that you're all being safe, that you get your power back real fast, and that relatively just everybody will be unscathed. So please, watch out for yourselves. Keep safe, follow protocol and such, and we're pulling for you. With that said, guys, I want to say thanks again for joining Scene Snobs Reviews. Tonight we're reviewing the movie Blonde, which just came out on Netflix, starring Ana de Armas, who was playing in the movie Marilyn Monroe. Widely told to be a biographical type of movie, and we're going to get into that a little bit more. And I want to state before I start my review, nothing I say has any commentary on Marilyn Monroe as a person. That's not true. I do know a bit about her history and things like that, things I've read. And especially while watching this, I wanted to figure out fact versus fiction for my own sake, But yeah, so the movie is about Norma Jean / Marilyn Monroe, and her life from a child not knowing her father, and her mother ending up in a mental hospital, into becoming a starlet and a mega superstar at one point, and just her love affairs and her marriages and things like that, and a lot of other very heavy themes in this movie. So if you guys want to comment along, go right ahead. I'll read them off at the end, but I just want to kind of start my review. And I got to say, this is a 2-hour and 47 movie, 47-minute movie that I wish I had not watched. I don't say that often when it comes to movie reviews. I always try to look for the good, and there are some things that I'm going to show up. It's a very pretty movie. It's not the type of cinematography that I think helps make good movies, but it is a pretty movie to look at. It's very clean. A lot of it looks like what you'd see in a perfume or cologne ad, that type of filmmaking and that cinematography to it. And Ana de Armas, you could, from what I saw in the movie, seemed like she was really trying to get Marilyn Monroe right. But there was so much wrong around her. The direction is horrific. The story is, I don't understand why you make a story based off a book, which is fiction anyway. And I just found this out, even though they're kind of talking about it as a biopic. But the based on a book that is biographical fiction, as they like to call it. And it just, which doesn't make any sense. And they're pushing this, and then you watch it, and it's, it was a big thing because it's NC-17. I know exactly why it's NC-17, because a lot of the things that happen in it that don't need to be there, they're not inventive. It's something you'd see from a film school student, seriously, and it's just unintelligent filmmaking, shots that are just stupid, that they think, this is going to get them. No, you're just, there's so many themes in this movie that just really drove me nuts, that, especially in today's world, it's like, what are you trying to pass on here? What are you trying to say? It's insane to me. And the thing is, like, maybe if you didn't latch onto this book and try and make this book, you could have made an actual biographical movie, because her story is as heartbreaking as they try to push it off in this book, in this movie based on the book. And you got a lot of things wrong, and you kind of dragged a lot of people's names in the mud. It didn't drag enough people's names in the mud that should have been. It boggles my mind, filmmaking like this. I don't know where it comes from. I'm a little shocked that like Brad Pitt's company, produced this, and the directors, Andrew Dominic, who directed Assassination of Jesse James by the coward Bob Ford, which is another movie that was biopic that just wasn't great either, visually stunning in any way. Like, again, that's another one where the actors in that movie were just too good that they didn't do a bad job, but they didn't do a great job either. Watching this, like, there's not a lot of redeeming qualities about it. Like I said, it's very clean, very pretty movie. Not always at times, but it's nothing stands out as like perfect cinematography to me. Nothing stands out as good direction to me. Again, Ana de Armas, you could tell she was really trying, but I just felt like she missed her mark, and she was kind of playing a cartoon character version of Marilyn Monroe, which just does not do her justice, especially when you're telling this heavy of a movie about this woman's life and how hard it was. And it's not even like you've changed enough things where it's not even like it just isn't even worth it. Like, when I watch a movie, I always try to find the good in the movie, because I don't want to trash a movie. And there are some qualities to it that I guess are pretty good. And like I had mentioned, and I don't want to go on slandering or bashing the movie, but some of the things they got wrong was that Marilyn Monroe was in a throuple with the children of Edward G. Robinson, so Edward G. Robinson Jr. and Charles Chaplin Jr., which is, in reality, there's absolutely no evidence of it. There's not even evidence to say that she was more than just acquaintances with them. So, and there's no evidence to them being homosexual in any way. Again, I don't mind if you added two characters in there and just threw it in there and like for the fictional sake said it, but why drag these two names through the mud when it's not even remotely close to fact? And it's little things like that. Like, the only thing I will look up, and I did not know this. I knew she was married to Joe DiMaggio. I knew that they were friendly after they got divorced. I didn't know he was an abusive piece of shit. Excuse my language, but he was. And he is in the movie. And I was like, really? I didn't know that. And because there's so much in this movie that thrown at you, and I'm like, I got to check this and see if this is real. And I checked that, and it actually was real. So whatever, Joe. It just, to see things like that and to see like just the horrific things they're putting her through, and they're playing this whole father angle, where she has daddy issues. Again, like, the theme in this movie seemed to be the biggest sex symbol of our lives, I guess, like in generations. Like, Marilyn Monroe is huge, and there's nothing wrong with being a sex symbol, and she was a star, and she did it, and she played to her sexuality, and I applaud her for that. Like, that was not a lot of people were doing that back in the day, women especially, with everything, where she used it to further her career, but in a way that like to show like differences and stuff like that, and and like get her acting capability out there and such. Because if you watch a lot of her movies, she's a good actor. So watching this and then saying like she has such terrible daddy issues and that was her downfall and like they really push this, and it's just like it's almost stereotypical cliche BS that they're pushing. And I don't know, through it all I watched this and I'm just like, this was 3 hours that I really wish I didn't spend watching this movie. And with that, because I don't think I've ever given a no star review, and I didn't even, so if anybody's watched my reviews before, I usually do something funny where I take something from the movie and I rate it that out of 5. So for like Don't Worry Darling, if you go and see that movie, Red Plane has something to do with it. So I gave it like, I think 4 Red Planes out of 5. This, I'm just giving a star. And that star really only goes to Marilyn Monroe because she has been really torn apart by this movie. And so I'm giving it a star, 1 out of 5. I just didn't want to really push it with this one. Like I did not appreciate it. I didn't like it. It's not good filmmaking. And yeah, so I'm just going to kind of let it go there. I would love to hear what you guys think. I don't think there's any comments. So, I appreciate you guys watching. If you guys checking it out, please check out some of my other reviews. If you have a different feeling on this movie, please let me know. I would love to hear it. I would love to talk about it. Join the Discord, hang out with us. I'm not opposed to hearing somebody else's opinion and maybe changing my mind, but this one was just kind of tough for me. But I want to thank you guys for watching. We do have other reviews up, so you can go check them out. We did one for the Monsters yesterday. We have one for Meet Cute, which is one of my favorite movies of the year so far. Not my favorite, but one of them. Don't Worry, Darling is out. We have our new show, Does It Suck?, where we go back and watch old movies that said they sucked, but, you never know. So we kind of go back and revisit it. We have our new episode of the Scene Snobs Podcast where, we kind of got into true crime this week, so go check those out. I want to say thank you to our patrons. We appreciate you for all that you do, supporting us and keeping the lights on. Tim, Paul, Stacy, Matt, Aaron, Chris S., Chris H., Dan, John B., Ron, Jason, AJ, Radar, and John W. Thank you so much. Guys, this Friday at 9:30 a.m., the Scene Snobs are going to be doing a show for International Podcast Day. The links are on our social media. You can go. It's free to sign up. You can join in. We would love to have you, so please join up there. Also join up on our Snobs Nation Discord, where we're having great conversations, watch parties, and more. It's all on there. We're having a great time. Make sure to give this video a like if you enjoyed it. It really helps us go a long way. You can check out shows like the Scene Snobs Podcast Live every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Geek Fest Live, Scene Snobs Review. Real Combat Season 2 is coming back in October. Plot Roast, Does It Suck? And our new show, the Scene Snobs Morning Drive Live Show. Yeah, it's coming, and we can't wait for it. We also have merch available, so if you want to check that out, we got some fun stuff with some of our old sayings, and we have new stuff coming. And if you want to get our logo on some stuff, it's pretty cool. And you can also follow us on all scenes at the Scene Snobs everywhere on all social media. We're also on Tumblr and Pinterest if you're on there. So we appreciate you guys watching. Thank you so much. This has been my review of Blonde. Again, I'd love to hear what you guys think. Oh, we got a comment. Evelyn, wow, Evelyn, what's going on? How you doing? I hope all is well as with you. Evelyn was at Carolina Fear Fest. We have some pictures up on. She's an awesome costume. That like her dress attire is amazing. So go check that out. She was there, and she's a performer and more. So, all right, guys, thank you so much again. And until next time, I'm Mick Manhattan. I will talk to you guys very soon. Take care.